Greetings and welcome to Pinball Help. Mike here. Today I'm here with my friend Emil. And Emil used to work on these games, and this is a good example of sometimes when you have a machine or technology that you're not super familiar with, if you know somebody who's got some experience, you want to learn from them. Right. So we finally got one of these old Bally bingo machines in. I think this is 1960 or something like that. It's an old, early kind of gambling machine, basically. And this is what's called a bingo. It's got a 25-hole thing. It's how you, it's kind of like a bingo machine where you would try to line up the lights and the letters, and it would pay out in credits that if you were in some kind of an establishment, they might convert that back to money for you or something like that. Although this is just for amusement only. No gambling is going on or anything like that. Anyway, we were having a problem. The game played fine, and then all of a sudden this tilt light here kept coming on. And I'll show you. We can start a game by putting a nickel in. Yeah. And so the balls get delivered. You kick a ball out, and they're supposed to fall into these slots, and when they fall, the lights light up. But it's not happening. Right, the tilt just is on all the time. So we're trying to figure out what went wrong with this game and why it suddenly stopped working. So Emil here was looking around, and we got the schematics. And there's a relay in there, and what's that relay called?
It's the cheat relay.
The cheat relay. Yeah. And it's kind of like the hold relay in a regular electromechanical machine.
Something to do with the coin box.
Right. So Emil got in there, and he started checking the relays, putting a multimeter on them. And let's unplug this, plug the light in, if we can do that. Let's unplug this real quick and plug the light in, and I'm going to walk around back and show him what the thing is here. So Emil was in here, and he was basically going through the relays. Yeah. I'll give it to you right there.
Okay, and I'm going to show you another thing with the relay. Yeah.
So the back of these machines is pretty interesting. They're significantly more complicated than your typical electromechanical. But it does have similar relays, and these are the relays in here. And Emil was testing the continuity and the resistance on them, and he found one of them that was open. And then upon further examination, if you look there, you can see it's really crispy.
Right. It's a melt. It's with the it's
right there.
It's melted.
And this is one of those relays that's basically on all the time as long as the game is operating.
Right.
And what happened is it burned out, and as a result, it opened this circuit connection, which kept the tilt on all the time. Now, once he realized that there was a crispy relay there, the way to check to see if that's really the problem is to fire up the game and simulate the relay closed by using your finger and holding it down. Yeah. Once we did that, the tilt light went out and the game played normally. So we were able to confirm it was this coil right here that's really crispy. It's another interesting thing is that on these old bingo machines, the coils are not labeled by part number as much as they are the resistance of the coil. This is an 85 ohm coil, so we had to look that up. And we're going to pull this coil, and we're going to see if there's any way we can repair it. If the winding is broken near the end, we can unwind a little bit from it, but we probably may end up just having to get a new coil. And these can be gotten at a few different parts places, but they're registered based on their resistance and not the number of windings and stuff like that. Okay. Is there something else you want to point out here?
Well, I'm going to show you how to check these cars over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me step out and I'll let you get in here.
All right. Well, okay. The cars over here have what they call a resistor on the outside, way up the top.
I got you. Those coils up there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, if you look hard, there's a resistor with electrical wires on it. See that big resistor?
Where is that?
Huh?
Oh, I see right here. Yeah, this big resistor right there.
Right. Okay. That resistor is 100 ohm. Okay. It goes by the color code. Okay. Now that's about approximately a 2 watt, maybe a 1 watt resistor. Okay. All right. Now, when it's in parallel with that coil, if that coil is, I think 80 ohms, maybe. I don't remember seeing what the value was. You see the value of the coil?
Is it on the coil itself?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to read from here. Not a whole lot of light.
All right.
But there's a resistance thing on the coil. So do you add the resistance of that to it?
No. The resistor cuts that value down. I'll show you. I'll show you how it works.
Here, I'm gonna get out of your way.
All right.
And
Okay. So in other words, what I
take a quick look here. We're squeezed in here between the
No,
machines.
okay. Now, the reason for it is really to take some of the voltage off the coil, basically.
Because you don't really need, what is it running, 50 volts in here?
Yeah,
On the
most of them are 50.
And you don't
All right,
need that much to
all
keep
right,
the coil closed.
What's the value there? 12?
12 ohms, yes.
All right. 12 in parallel with 100 is going to be less than 12. So it's going to come in maybe about 8 ohms. So if you put your meter across there, it should read approximately 8. Okay?
Gotcha. And so that's how you tell if all of those coils are
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Now, if I go across the coil and I read 100 ohms, I know the coil is open. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, if it reads under 12, some approximately 6 or 8, I have to put it on paper to really figure it out. Okay? Then you're okay. You know the coil is working if you get that low resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But so when you go and check, if you see this here, you got to remember.
I see what you mean,
left.
because they're all in parallel or in series.
No. The resistance is in parallel with the coil.
I gotcha.
Okay? But it's chopping that 22 ohms down. Mm-hmm. Okay? But it's trying to take the load of the current with this resistor here. Okay? That's what they're trying to take the current off that coil.
Gotcha.
Okay? But
right,
you see that every now and then. Okay? Yeah. So I've checked. All right. Now here's an odd one here. See, here's a 15 ohm. Okay? Resistor. Okay? Now, what they got this here for, I don't know. Okay? Somebody put it there for a reason. Somebody was experiencing problems somewhere. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, next thing we have to find out is where our little friend here goes.
Yeah, there's another little loose wire.
Actually, it might go to.
It's one of those things you always look for, just little loose wires if something's not working right.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna take an educated guess. See the color? Okay. Now let's go up to. Let's see.
You got to look up there and just see if you see any place where the wire could be broken off.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see nothing. Nothing would show.
We'll continue. Let me squeeze out of here, and I'm going to kind of wrap up this video real quick.
All right.
But so there you have it. Now we can turn the machine back on, and Emil can get back behind there and hit that tilt thing, and the relay acting as if it was energized. He'll hold it closed. This game will play properly. Do you want to demo that? We can do that real quick.
Yes. Okay.
Just unplug that, plug the machine back in,
Okay.
and so this is how we were able to tell that it was actually that coil. I guess it is possible that we could not even replace the coil and just jam it down, since we're using this in a home.
No, there's a reason. If you jam it down, something else goes wrong, and I call this energized, you're gonna fry something else.
Ah, so you don't want to do that, right? I got you.
You never jump that part out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Because you're gonna fry something else.
Right.
You have another
It could be
problem
protecting
somewhere.
something else in the game.
Right.
Okay. All right. So hit that relay, and I'll start the game, and we'll see. Before, the lights weren't coming on,
Okay.
and
All right. Hold on. We are coming. All right. 1, 2, 3.
and now, okay, I'm going to hit it.
Go ahead.
So we start the game. Okay. So now the tilt light's out. We'll put a ball into play, and when it falls into one of these slots, the corresponding light up there should light up.
Okay.
Let's see. Come on. Not 19, 23. And we look up there, and there's 23 lit. That's what we want to see. We want to, the game is normally playing. So that relay, we'll pull that relay, and we'll see what's wrong with it. If it's something that we can fix in the relay, we'll definitely do that. Maybe I'll do a little video if the relay is repairable to show how that's done. So that's basically it. A little bit of a quick repair on a Bally bingo machine. Thanks to Emil. Thanks for your help. And for more, visit PinballHelp.com. Thanks for watching.